I got it working. It's working! But it's so close to my face. Like, you guys are right there. And the okay, we'll go with it. I feel like the one thing about these car vlogs is that it's really impersonal because I'm always wearing sunglasses. Like, hello. But that's probably a good thing because I always look like crap after work anyway, especially today. Oh my god. I had like this big event and I was sitting in the sun and me sitting right in the sun. As you can see, it's really sunny today and I was sweltering, just like sweating the whole time. I'm trying to like talk to students and stuff. It's been a long day. I should have taken my hair down before I started this. But yeah, I got the phone up in the car now, hands-free, but it's not positioned very well at all. This thing is really hard to work with, and I do feel like it's not obstructing my view, but I feel like a cop may think that it's obstructing my view if they can see it. I don't know. Yeah, that would be a fun thing to get pulled over for, car vlogging. I'm just expecting it to fall. Look, it's really shaky. That sucks. Okay, now it's okay because I'm on a smooth road. So we're testing it out. So anyway, update on my last video. I decided to, I feel like this maybe is obstructing my view a little bit. It just feels weird. Like I need to look around it. It might not be a great thing. So update on my last vlog. So plenty of you guys scared the crap out of me with your stories of your nightmare homeowners associations and like, you know, them being super strict and giving you citations for all kinds of things. So thanks for that. But I talked to my friend who used to live there. So my friend Cassie, she lived there for 5 years up until like 2 years ago. And she says like, she never ever heard anything from them at all, ever. In fact, she went to one of the meetings when she first moved in and they asked her if she wanted to be vice president because no one wants to do it. So it seems like it's pretty easy to get on the board. And so, yeah, I mean, she's not worried about it. She's like, nobody's gonna know. She's like, nobody really talks to each other. Nobody's nosy there. Like, no one's gonna know you have a cat. Nobody's gonna care if you have a cat. So I told the bank to go ahead and move forward with the appraisal. I guess we'll just move forward and cross our fingers on that one. I'm starving right now, really freaking starving, because this thing started so early today and it was like an hour away from my house. So like, I've been dieting. I've been counting calories. I've lost 12 pounds since like, I didn't start on January 1st. I started on like January 8th. And I've lost 12 pounds, which maybe seems good, but the majority of it came off in the first couple of weeks, and I think it was just water weight. So here's the deal. Every time I talk about my weight on this channel, like especially in that video I did, like where I called it like tallness, weight loss, like the struggle is real or whatever I called it, I had nice comments, but I had like some real shitty comments from people being like, you're not really fat. What if a real fat person saw this? They would hate you, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what to say to that. Because according to, I don't know what's going on there. According to, sorry, a bunch of people pulled over. According to like height weight charts for my height, which is 5'11". Now here's a cop. So we'll see. This is gonna make me nervous. I'm out in the suburbs right now where there are like a lot of cops all the time where I'm at. Oh, that's just the Amtrak police? What is that? That's not real. Okay. Losing my train of thought here. I should probably start this over, but we'll go with it. Hang on, I gotta change lanes. Alright, so at my height, I am like, let's put it this way. I gotta focus. So back in 2013, that was the last time that I was at what I would call like a good weight for me. And when I say good, I don't mean like thin, because I'm not thin at that weight. I don't think you could have called me thin since like high school maybe. and I've never been the kind of person that could like wear a midriff showing shirt without being embarrassed. Like I've always had a little extra around the middle especially. But back in 2013, I was at this weight which I consider to be like a comfortable weight for myself, where I can enjoy clothes and shopping, and I can go on online dates and not, you know, like just be like, well, this is me, if you don't like it, too bad. Like I'm comfortable enough with myself at that weight. The only times in my adult life that I've been thinner than that weight have been when I got married and when I had Graves' disease and my metabolism was very high, and of course I got thin, but I also could have died. So I don't know that, like, it's not really realistic for me to get any lower than that. I'm not gonna say what that weight is, but I will tell you this. It's at that weight, I'm like the most that I can weigh at my height and still be considered normal. And if it gives you any indication, back when I was in high school, and I'll show you a picture of me in high school. At this particular weight, I remember I was working at a nursing home, so I had to get physicals regularly. I was at that weight. This is gonna blow your mind. All you short girls out there, your mind's gonna be blown. I weighed 172 in this picture. I remember because I went to the doctor and I got on the scale, and I remember the nurse being like, oh my gosh, you don't look like you weigh that much. You must have heavy bones. And I think that that's always stuck out in my mind. Like, I can't even remember exactly what I was wearing. It was like these Abercrombie khakis and this blue shirt. I remember it all. I think it's stuck in my head so much because it made an impression on me that someone like thought I didn't look like I weighed as much as I did. So maybe I do have heavy bones. I've kind of like been clinging to that for a while. But I'm a large person. Like, I say 5'11", and I think sometimes like guys think of like Taylor Swift 5'11", like skinny and willowy and all. No, not at all. So I'm just like a big fucking person. Like my head is almost hitting the top of my Honda Civic. Like I'm a large person. But the last time I was at that good weight was 2013. By the time I met Josh in 2014, I was about 5 pounds over that, but I was still okay with myself at that weight. I was still like going on online dates and stuff. I really didn't like summer because I like to wear layers and stuff, but you know, that's kind of always me. I stepped on the scale the other day and I knew like I had gained weight. I wasn't surprised by this at all, but I was essentially 40 pounds over my good weight that I'm talking about. 40. And I knew that I was at least like 30 over it last year, but that means I've gained like 10 pounds in a year. And I know why. It's because when I became vegan, I was like, oh yeah, I stopped counting calories and stuff. I was just like, if it's vegan, I can eat it. And I got a little too crazy with the whole like, let's go to Chicago and try vegan deep dish and go into the vegan brewery up the road from my house. And honestly, I think beer has been one of the biggest problems for me. I love beer. I love beer tasting. Like I don't get drunk, but I love like tasting beer. I love craft beer. Like I'm a beer enthusiast. And so it doesn't help that there's this awesome place like 3 minutes from my house that I love going to, where everybody knows your name and all that stuff. Go there way too much, eat too much, drink too much, spend too much money. And yeah, you know, I mean, you can be vegan healthy and you can be vegan unhealthy. Potato chips, french fries, beer, you know, basically it's a lot of unhealthy vegan stuff. So I gained weight. So I was like, fuck, I gotta get control of this. Honestly, the only thing that's ever worked for me, ever, is just counting calories. I did Atkins back in the day before anybody had ever heard of it. And everyone thought I was crazy because this was like 2002. I was doing Atkins. Nobody had heard of it yet. There was no low carb. That wasn't a thing back then. It worked for like a week, and then the second or third time I tried to do it, it didn't work ever again after that first time. I got a potassium deficiency and ended up at the doctor and on supplements. Like, yeah, that didn't work for me. All the other fads I've tried, they don't really work. But just, you know, calories in, calories out. So back when I was dating Adam, and the only reason in 2013 when I was at that good weight is because I just broke up with Adam and hadn't eaten for like a month and a half. But I did lose like 10 pounds or maybe 15 when I was with Adam, just using like a calorie counting app. Like I have the Lose It app, like MyFitnessPal, whatever, there's a million of them. So on January 8th, I started using that again. And so I was, according to this app, it's given me like around 1,500 calories a day, saying if I eat that, I should be able to lose 2 pounds a week. No. Just no. I wasn't even eating that much, but I still know you have to eat over 1,200. Like, you should anyway. So I was trying to eat between 1,300 and 1,400 a day. And the first week, I lost like 4 pounds, which clearly that's water weight, it's glycogen, it's not real weight. And then the next week, I lost 2 or 3 pounds the next week, which also was still, I'm sure, water weight. But every week since then, I've only lost, like, I've lost 1 pound, and then the next week I lost 1.5 pounds, and then the next week I lost 1 pound, and the next week I lost 1.5 pounds. So about 1.25 pounds a week. So what that means is that according to my height, age, activity level, which I'm not fooling this app, I put in activity level as like sedentary desk job, I should be losing 2 pounds a week if I eat 1,500 calories a day, and I'm eating like 1,350 to 1,400 and only losing 1.25 pounds a week. And that's just how much my metabolism sucks compared to how much it's supposed to, I guess. I watched this really depressing YouTube video the other day. If I can find it, I'll link to it. And it was just about like why it's so hard to lose weight. But it talked about how like they did a study in contestants from like The Biggest Loser. Like when they first lost the weight, but then if they went off the show and they gained it back, but then they tried to lose it again, they had to work harder to lose it again. Because every time you try to lose weight, your body like changes its metabolism to be fatter, because it wants, you know, you're always fighting your body when you're trying to lose weight. Your body wants to be like storing fat away for a rainy day or whatever. And so essentially the more you try to lose the same weight, the harder it's going to be for you. And I'm a yo-yo dieter. I've always been a yo-yo dieter ever since like I was a kid, like especially ever since like junior high. I've always just been up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's, you know, it's just a curse that some of us live with, especially those of us who love food and hate exercise. Oh man. Yeah, and don't have great metabolisms. But I think, I don't know. My age isn't helping. It definitely was a lot easier to lose weight back in my 20s and whatnot. But anyway, I'm trucking along. The hardest part is the social aspect. That is the hardest part. That like, oh, it's just so tough to go out and like not have a beer with my friends or have like a side salad when they're all eating like tons of food forever and ever. Like it just, oh, and that's where I'm screwing up. Like the first time I screwed up was like 2 weekends ago. I was out and I had been counting everything, even drinks before then. Like I started drinking like gin and soda water because it has like so few calories, and then I was getting tanked because like normally, like I'm used to drinking like a few beers while I'm eating like an Impossible Burger and fries, and then all of a sudden I'm going in there and I've only eaten like 1,000 calories and I'm using the last 300 on gin and water, and like I'm fucking drunk. So there was a little learning curve to that. But you know, I was still counting everything and doing pretty good. And then last weekend I was out, and then my sister, who I hadn't seen in forever, you know, because we had a little bit of a falling out. We still, like, we don't talk about her friend that we hate, put it that way. So I don't hang out with her as much anymore, but I did end up seeing her last weekend. Unfortunately, my parents' dog, who used to be my sister's dog, Versace, I think he's been on my Instagram, he has liver cancer, so it's sad, and he's dying and stuff. But my sister came out for a little bit with her boyfriend. It was growing on me, I guess, a little bit. At first, I wasn't sure what I thought of him, but I mean, he's definitely better than the last guy, but it would be hard not to be. Anyway, I ended up losing track and having too many drinks. And, you know, I I just wanted to have fun and be out with my friends. And then my sister ordered potato chips too, like for the table, and I was starving and I ate some and I just lost track. And I just logged it as I fucked up in my app, which was kind of funny because then all these other custom foods that people have made that have been like, I fucked up, come up, and it's kind of funny to read them. That was okay. It set me back like a half a week. Like it took me like well into like Wednesday of the following week to get back to where I was. Okay. But then I did it again this weekend. So I'm afraid that I'm losing my grasp on this. Like I started off doing well and now I'm falling apart. But again, it's because of social things. So my friend Cassie's husband has gotten really into bartending, and so he invited some people over just to sit at the bar in their house, and he had like all these professional like drink making things. It was fun because he even had aquafaba, which is what you can use in cocktails that usually have egg whites to make them like foamy and frothy, but it's vegan. And I was like surprised that he even knew about aquafaba, because like I barely knew about it. And anyway, but it was really cool, and he had all these fruits and he had all these recipes. He had like a menu. And my friend made vegan chili, and then I felt like, well, I gotta eat it. She made it, it's like she made it for me, you know, vegan, and there was all this other stuff and all this food, and it was just like I just wanted to hang out and be with friends. I'm sure I ate like fucking 2,000 at least calories that day, and then drank some on top of that, you know? And I haven't weighed myself since then because I'm too scared to know what I did. And that's the problem. The problem is, it makes you just want to give up altogether when one night sets you back like a week worth of progress. But I feel like it does for me. I feel like just from dieting in the past and stuff, I know this too. It's like one night, if I just say fuck it one night, just to go out and be social and, you know, have a life, it like undoes an entire week of starving. Like, I'm so hungry right now. You guys, do you even know how bad I just want to get up the interstate right now and find the nearest Chipotle and just fucking, especially on long days like this where like it's easy to eat a few calories if you're not awake for that long, but when I gotta get up before 5 a.m., like that's just more waking hours to be hungry, and I still am supposed to ration the same amount of calories. And it's just like, I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when I was there, and that was supposed to be lunch. I'm starving again, and like I don't have that. I only have like a little bit left for dinner, and I will go through days like this, and you do this all week long, and then it just all just fucking goes away, and all that work from all week long goes away because you go out one night on the weekend. And that's what's so frustrating. That's why I've always given up in the past, because it's just too hard to have a life, you know? I mean, it sucks to be hungry, and you know, it like, this sucks, but it just sucks worse knowing, feeling like it's for nothing, because if I'm gonna do anything this weekend, I'm gonna fuck it up. But ideally, I mean, so like, I don't know that I could get back to good weight right now. I feel like, what am I? So I was 40 up from that. So now I would be 28 up from that. I don't know that that's possible, but I think if I could get down to good weight +5, like I was in 2014, that would probably be reasonable and good enough. I would be happy enough with that. But it only gets harder. So I just don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know. I know if I ask you guys for tips, you're all just gonna tell me to work out. No thanks. Talk about something else where you do like so much work for so little reward. I feel like you run on the treadmill, you bust your ass for like 3 hours, and it's like, you have burned 5 calories. Like last time I was using this calorie counting app, I had my Fitbit synced to it, and I would have to do like so many more extra steps or activity, and it would be like, ding, you get 10 extra calories, and you're like, what? It's like half a gummy bear. Are you kidding me? Like, it's just so not worth it, man. Anyway, so I guess that's probably a wrap for this video. I can get this phone out of my window. I don't know, when I watch this back, I'm probably gonna be like, oh god, I was talking for 20 minutes with the worst angle ever. So I'll have to play around with this thing and see. But it is convenient being able to vlog in the car. I like it. I don't know if you guys like watching it, but I like doing it, so just keep doing it. I'm looking for some candles to review because my other channel is just so dead, but it's kind of a good thing because I'm saving money because Bath & Body Works like raised their prices and they haven't come out with anything new. They should be coming out with a couple here in the next couple of weeks that I want to review, but there's just not that much going on, and so I'm kind of looking into maybe getting into some other brands just to have some new content, but that might also have to wait until after the move and all this stuff has just like settled down a little bit. So anyway, thanks for watching again. I hope the background noise isn't too terrible. I know it's really bad when I'm on the interstate, and now I'm on like grooved pavement. It's terrible. So let me go. I will catch you guys later. Bye.